The absolute golden. So do you want me to kick off this?
Sure.
So yeah, basically at this point, it's like pretty much, smack back during uni, and gone are the days. Ironically, this was as we just mentioned, we used to meet up together, watch it, or go to Stratfield pub and watch it. Even some of the girls would come along watch it. Other friends from other circles would come and watch it. Um, but we were getting smashed. Unfortunately, the tide turns and then that sort of all stops because like people have moved on from rugby league really at this point. But yeah, I'm diehard and Dennis not as diehard, but like sticking around for Origin at the very least. And yeah, pretty much. Long story short, I'll give you the overview and Dennis can start asking questions. But yeah, we go on a run. We win eight in a row, basically. We win eight in a row. Oh 06, oh 06, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We win eight in a row. 8 years,
And
man.
prior to that, so it starts in '06, right? So in the previous 25 years, the longest streak that anyone has is three at most, yeah?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
And then yeah, as I said, it was like neck and neck for 25 years. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden there's like eight in a row, which is like a massive anomaly.
crazy. And we probably won't see it again in our lifetime unless there's another generation of players. Obviously, look, that's the overview. It's like, but like, it's easier. Like, it's just saying it is nothing. You just got to really sit back and think about eight Origin series in a row. Crazy. And obviously, the nucleus, there was obviously a core group of players who were pretty much born around the same time and, obviously peaked at the same time, whatever. And that comes down to obviously Jonathan Thurston, Cooper Cronk, Billy Slater, and Greg Inglis, I would say, really took the reins. And obviously Darren Lockyer for half of it. So Darren Lockyer towards the end, and then he sort of, sort of guided them and then handed over the reins and then poof, off they went. Lockyer still won five in a row with them, basically, and then they won three in a row, lost one, and then won another three. So I mean, it's just insane. 11 out of 12. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just a really weird coincidence of these generational players all being on one side of the state, and just peaking at the same time. Like it's just the odds of that is just ridiculous. And there was
correct,
some
correct.
close series amongst that eight, but we just happened to win them all.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. We won when it counted. Like, yeah, there was some close series, there was some blowouts. But then, yeah, we just managed to win where it counted. And there's so many moments, and this is where the memory gets hazy. And to be honest, we could really do some proper prep on it. But considering considering our personal lives at the moment, I doubt we could or did. But without someone doing it for us. But yeah, like I mean, some core moments. We can tit for tat. For
Mm,
me, obviously the '06 game three,
mm.
um,
The beginning.
bro. Yeah, a bit of context is that game three, we're just getting roared by the refs, man. We're like it was like we're getting roared, like and then because there was this like knock on, and then they gave New South Wales a try, and then it was like 14-4, and like 10 to go, and I'm like, oh, this like I was like so pissed off at the refs, and then Jonathan Thurston later came back and said, yeah, because he told Lockyer in the huddle, man, they don't want us to win, bro. This is rorted, blah blah blah. And he said like, don't worry, boys, just stick to the process, follow me. I'm going to kick long, and away we go. Um, but yeah, lo and behold, the the Lockyer try is important, but the try before. So let me refresh your memory. Nate Miles
Mm,
offloads to Thurston inside
mm,
our own 20. Thurston, dummy, steps inside, I don't know, whoever. Bang, early ball to Brent Tate.
mm,
Perfect timing, like nice ball as well. That's hard to do. Brent
mm,
Tate on the fly, boom. Tate, like twilight end of his career, just gives it his all, skirts down the sideline. And
mm.
this is where Menzies screws up a bit because Menzies could have like pushed him towards the corner to make him score in the corner, but like Menzies kind of went for the do or die, and then Tate comes around, puts it back, and does this thing, and then does that as
Yeah,
well. And
yeah,
then yeah, it just that really like gave the momentum shift for sure. And then obviously a guaranteed 6 pointer put us at 14-10, which gives us the chance to win the game because
yeah.
now like we just need a conversion. And
Mm.
then of course, Lockyer kicks long and then Wayward pass and then Lockyer just bang, clutch. Obviously the Michael Jordan of rugby.
Mike,
Yeah,
put
yeah,
it
the
on
clutch.
me.
Yeah, that's what Gus calls him.
It's,
Yeah, the clutch
it's a big
king.
call, mate. Big call.
No,
Um,
no, just in terms of just the like clutch,
yeah,
like clutch.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, just like boom, goes through,
Who
and
throws
then the
that pass?
commentary is the best. I think it was Hodgson, Hodgson or Eric Grove. No, it was Eric Grove to Hodgson, I think. Eric Grove or Matt King, like one of them, one
Yeah,
of
okay,
them.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
and then
no!
like
Isn't that? Oh
yeah,
no!
the commentary, oh no, and then like Sterling's like, whoa, and then Gus is like, oh no, and like Sterling's like, oh, and like the awe is the best because like no
Yeah,
one's expecting it, and
yeah,
then it's like, and the throws away, like just that reaction is so genuine.
yeah. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then like everyone comes and smashes him, and yeah, like, and
Well,
then Locke is like,
Tanza comes and
yeah, yeah.
massive hit up on him. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and then like Shakovsky converts, and then like they just grind it out, and Locke is like, "Let's get out of here, boys," or whatever. Like you can hear him like, when he's walking back and shit, crazy. But like that for me, iconic.
yeah. Well, that one's definitely there. I guess for me, when it comes to this era, yeah, it's definitely hazy. Like, 8 series wins in a row, so it's hard to sort of remember season by season. But for me, like a pretty strong impression that I had of this era was like GI dominance. Like Greg Inglis. I don't know how he stacks up against Mal Meninga, like, because I obviously didn't watch him play, but definitely from the centers that I've seen, like this, I don't know, 6'3", like just athletic specimen who's got like massive long stride and like really strong upper body to just like fend off everyone. This guy would just like when he's it's just like in green pasture, he's like unstoppable. And it's so good having someone like that in your back line. He's just like early ball and like off you go, and he's just gonna do something. And yeah, it was like amongst all the generational players that we had, for some reason, like just GI dominance just stuck with me when I was preparing this.
We don't win 8 in a row without GI. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, like
Oh
we
well,
don't
like
win
as
8
in,
in a row
you can
without
say
GI.
that with a lot of the key players, obviously.
Yeah, that is true. But GI he was such a, you know what I mean? Like,
It's-
because he scored the points, man. But like,
yeah,
anyway, yeah,
yeah, it's
no,
just
dude,
extremely dominant. Like
yeah,
you just felt good about having him. Like obviously the platforms are laid by the spine. Especially Cam Smith. We talk about Darren Lockyer being the first 5 years of the domination to kickstart things off, but throughout the whole era, Cam Smith was there basically.
oh yeah, I forgot to mention Cam Smith. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
ironically, yeah, yeah,
He's the
100%.
very backbone of all this, and he is like the goat. Well, Cleary, when it's all said and done, will probably take that mantle eventually. But
Yeah, well, let's see about that one. I know I'm a bit biased, but I mean, you know, four premiership wins is no simple feat, and like Panthers fans can go nuts on me on this, but I reckon he's won weaker competitions than Cameron Smith's teams.
mm,
Just my take. Just my take. Like when I say, and that's not Penrith's fault. When I say weaker competitions, I mean they really only had like one opponent at best, which was Melbourne Storm, which they
what about
beat
Bronx?
last year, which is great.
What about Bronx, mate?
Dude, we no no, but we weren't near them though. They've been that high for so long. We had one, like I shouldn't say fluke, but we had one crazy year. Dude, we've been like
Yeah,
bottom.
no, no.
We
But I'm
haven't.
saying
Yeah.
that grand final, that GF, he fucking took it.
No no no. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they haven't had formidable opponents, unfortunately. In my opinion, um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they've like Para weren't in that grand final. Like I feel bad for Para fans. Like haven't won since '86 or whatever. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
another story. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So back to the origin. Yeah, obviously I forgot to mention Cam Smith. Bloody hell, but yeah, Cam Smith, Jonathan Thurston, Cooper Cronk, Greg Inglis, Billy Slater, and I mean the support cast as well. You know, like Justin Hodges, Darius Boyd. And that's the backs, obviously. Not to mention, obviously, the hardworking forward pack that we had, and
Yeah.
then again,
Miles Scott.
past Miles Scott. Uh, who's that other crazy big nut we used to have? Forgot his name, but yeah, you know, off the back of obviously Darren Lockyer, Stephen Price, and Petro Civoniceva, who again passed on the baton and so forth. But quick story about GI for this one actually. There was an interview with Justin Hodges, and his last Origin was in 2015. So this was after the era, but the sort of the last of it, like towards the end of the career.
Mm.
And it was 2015 game three at Suncorp. And then I think we've been smashed at Sydney or whatever, like nothing new. Like we win game one, smashed in Sydney, and then it's like decided at Suncorp again, whatever, right? And then like Justin was like to GI. And Justin just hates losing, right? And then he told GI, he was like, "Hey GI man, I can't lose this game. Like I can't lose this game. I can't go out a loser. Like because that was his last year for Origin. He's like,
Yep.
can't go out a loser as a Queenslander. Because Justin Hodges had such a horror debut, and then I think that's sort of maybe in his mind or whatever. Which we didn't mention the Justin Hodges
I
was
had
one
that
of
on my
the
list actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hodge Shocker
Yeah,
was it, I think.
I remember those. Yeah, yeah. But yeah. So basically, Gia and then Gi was like, "Don't worry, bro, I gotcha." And then like Gi fucking killed that game.
Yeah.
Like killed that game. That's the game we beat him like 50-10. That's like the one where Thurston's like telling Pierce like, "Oh, you'll never." The only photo you get of Wally Lewis is next to the statue. Like, like we just smashed them like 50-10 or whatever.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. But for those who don't know rugby league, do yourself a favor. Greg Inglis like highlights and then like State of Origin highlights. Like it's insane. 2006 game two. Like I mean, he has so many. Like he State of Origin, as you said, he was great for Queensland.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I just love watching that guy run. Like, especially in his younger years when he was sort of leaner. Like him at his full stride is like a gazelle. It's like a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
2006 game three, game two, boys. Yeah, that's the one.